This
Yeah, no
conference will
problem.
now be recorded.
So everything is fine. I think software actually he is uploading today as it is in GBs, right? So Oracle database, it is taking bit time. Mm, okay, so he said
Okay.
before today's session only I have confirmed. I have taken the follow up actually whether he has given access or not. So he's saying like okay, as it is in GBs, it takes some time to upload, right? So mostly today he will be giving. So no issues. Why? Because anyhow today I will be continuing with the search of ID, right? So I don't think it is a showstopper for us. Okay.
Hmm.
Tomorrow we will be like our in our personal Oracle database we will be doing it. Okay. Okay. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. It is 8:33. Let us wait. Like whoever is joining, sharp at 8:35 we will start off. Okay. So again, they will miss, right? So we will give 2 minutes. Okay, fine. Yes, Raman, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Was
Okay, I have
yeah.
seen it, but somewhat 3 days I'm not feeling well, right? So I'm not able to
I
do it.
doubted myself whether I'm bringing the wrong
Yeah.
number also. So that's fine.
No, 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 no. Actually, I'm telling you now, these 3 days I was like very much sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's okay. Okay. I will spend some time later. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Pooja, Ashrita, Raman, Navya. 4 members has joined. Okay, slowly start off. I think it's 1 more minute. Okay. Meanwhile, tell me one thing. So, have you completed your practice? Have you tried connecting with this database?
Well, previously we download the Anypoint Studio. I was having some trouble, but that's all sorted. I'm going through one by one videos now. But
That's nice.
not yet.
Nice to hear. Yeah, nice to hear that. Okay. I think in these 1 or 2 days, I think you can able to do it. That's fine. How about Pujita and Ashrita? Is that fine? Everything from your end?
Yes, Nitya, I practiced yesterday.
Okay, cool. Pooja, Navya, how about you guys?
Yeah, Nitya, I'm also going through the videos. So I haven't connected to the MuleSoft database yet, which
Database.
the details which you had given in the last video.
Hmm.
But I'll be doing that also. Sure.
Yes, please make sure. Why? Because any third party, it is not only like MuleSoft database, any third party, if you are connecting, definitely a jar or Maven dependency we need to browse. Irrespective, it is like it could be a SQL server, it could be a MongoDB, it could be a SAP database, whatever. So this actually we should know it how to install and how to browse those dependencies and how we have to ensure that we should know it. So that that you will come to know once you are practicing. Okay, that's fine. So in the last class actually, what we have done, the thing is like we have used like select query, right? Select. So all the records that are there in this particular American table, we are able to retrieve it and we can able to display in the form of JSON. Okay. Now think in a broader way. So if it is like I want to search with airline ID, only with that train ID or airline ID. So if you are giving with this particular train ID or train ID or airline ID, only the information related to that particular train or flight needs to be given as a response. So for doing that, how we can, how for doing that in the MuleSoft, what are the prerequisites that we have to understand. Okay, so we know SQL query like select star from American, that is fine. Okay, We know like this is used for normally if we understand the database, definitely we know it like it is a select query and it is trying to get all the records. But if it is like specific record, we can use where clause, right? Where clause we can use, and from where we are getting that ID, let us see it. So this is the ID, right? This is the ID. So we have to give
Nitya, are you
like
sharing?
where. Okay, I am not sharing this
Yeah,
screen.
you're not sharing your screen.
Yeah, are you able to see it now?
Now,
Nothing. I'm
Yes, yes.
actually I'm just discussing what we have done in the last class.
okay,
But yes, so, okay.
okay.
So what we are trying to do, we are trying to get all the records that are present in this American table previously in the last API. Now, what is my criteria is, see, I'm getting all the records irrespective of airlines, every record, ID1, ID2, LX02 airport. So what all the records are there, all that. But my today's case is something like if I am searching with any ID, if I am giving the ID value as 1, then only the flight with ID 1 only has to display. So I am very specific. I'm very specific with ID. So it has to give only ID value, but that particular ID only it has to give. So for doing that in MuleSoft, what all the changes that we need to perform in that API? We know like everybody who is having the knowledge of SQL. Okay, so when anybody wants like any particular with any particular ID, then you can give it as where ID is equals to, if you run this query, ID is equals to 1 means obviously we will get the details. But my intention here is I cannot hard code. See, if I am giving one, that first flight information it has to give. If I am giving 2, second flight information it has to give. If I am giving 3, it has to give that particular ID information. It should be dynamic. It should be dynamic. Okay, it should be dynamic. So let us try to do that API. Okay, so I don't want to, here only we can do it, but I don't want to. I don't. I don't want like to disturb this API. Let me create one more flow. Okay, one more flow. As I said previously, Mule project can handle any number of flows. Let me click on flow, and this flow is based on ID. So only based on ID I want to get the record. Okay, keep the listener. Okay, we know like the address will be common. That is fine, well and good. Like get ID. Okay, get ID. Some path we have to give, just like a floor name, floor address. Okay, and for getting, as it is select query only, even though I am trying to get only one record, we are using select query only, right? So that's the reason we have to use select only. Okay, get record based on ID. Okay, so just for my understanding purpose, I'm giving in this way. Okay, we know it like once we have established the connection, that connection can be reused. Okay, here while I'm connecting to this Mule database, already the connection was established and it was stored in global elements. So the same connection I can reuse it. No need like we have to create a new one. We can reuse that connection. And here, if you see, like let me write, let me write this query as it is. Okay. Now I got it down. I am keeping a hard coded value as 3. So always when I run this application, only flight 3, the flight which is having the ID as 3, only that details will come. How to make it dynamic? Yes, slowly we will discuss. First we will see whether we are able to get it or not. Okay, and before doing that, first I want to understand whether this ID is a number or it is a string. Why? Because if it is string, in my SQL query, I need to give it in the quotations, right? So that problem will be there. Yes, ID is defined as number. So in this transformation, like immediately after this database connector, I could see like ID as a number only. So whatever the query I have given over here, that is correct. If it is string, means we have to give these 3 in strings. So I hope you know the difference between what exactly the string and what exactly the number is, data types. So the people who are having the background of Java or having the background of Python, they will be having the database types, right? Database, not database, data types. Boolean means true or false. String means a set of characters, right? Number means a plain number. So that data types we should know it. So here in this ID is a number. So we no need to give any quotations over here. Okay. So now I can transform the message. I can transform it. Let me keep it over here. Okay. Let me delete this flow. Sometimes it irritates like that only, but no worries. Just we can remove it. Okay. So now I'm changing it as a JSON. As we know, the previous whatever the whatever the data it is holding, that data is like previous activity payload. We can store it, right? It will save it. So let me save it. Okay. Now let me deploy the. Let me debug. Not debug. So debug I have not yet explained, right? So first as of now, let me deploy it. Yes, it is deployed. Now if I hit okay get ID, I guess. What is the separator for this flow? The separator for this flow is get ID. Okay, get ID. Now let me hit the service. See, The ID which is having 3, only it is displaying, right? Any number of times you can hit. That many times it is giving only 3. But I need a flexibility, like if I am sending, I don't want like this hard-coded value. See, if I need ninth ID details, I should get the ninth ID details. It is not like always I'm getting 3 only. ID 3 information I don't want. I want something like dynamic. Dynamically it has to give the output. So if that is the case, how you can do it in MuleSoft? That we have to understand. So if you are checking, for a particular, if you want to check, if you want to get the record, specific record, if you want to get any specific record dynamically, we can make use of 2 properties from the Mule. By using 2 properties in any by using any of one property, like we have 2 properties, one is like query param. Query param is one property, and URI param is another property. Okay, these are properties of MuleSoft. Either by using query param, we can get a specific record details dynamically, or by using URI param also we can do that. So what is query param? So query param is, see, in the Postman, I am calling. If I am calling, why? Because I need the value dynamically. So I am the user here now. For Mule API, currently I am the user. So I need to send a value. Okay. Now I need the value of ID is equals to 9. So if I am changing like 3, third record I have to get. Second record I have to. So whatever, if I give anything dynamically, that value it has to get. So query param syntax is, sitting here, it is a separator. It should be separated with question mark. Okay. Query param, always the syntax of query param is question mark, and whatever the value you are making it as a primary key. Here my primary key is like ID value, unique value. With some uniqueness you want to call. So whatever the uniqueness with what you want to call, that unique unique thing we need to give, and we have to pass the value. So it is just like if I speak, it is key value pair. So instead of keeping it in the query directly, right? See here what I'm doing, ID is equals to 3. This ID is equals to 3 dynamically I'm trying to pass it from the postman. So like this I will be sending. This will be the syntax for query param. Okay. You can give anything. See here, not only capital ID. If you want to give like EMP ID, yes, you can give your own value. You have to give, but you have to bind this value. We have to bind this value in the query. So how to bind that value in the query, we will see. So I want to pass it like employee ID is equal to, see, flight ID, right? This is flight. Why should I give like this? Flight ID, FLIGHT. Flight ID is equals to 9. So if I am passing like this, then the details of 9 has to display. So for doing this, for binding this flight ID is equals to 9, flight ID, we have to make small change. So here, try to keep it as small ID, just colon small ID. Okay, just try to keep, and colon small ID means dynamically we are trying to pass that value. And in the input parameters, we have to make use of properties of mu. So how you can use it? You have a property called attributes. Okay, wait a second. So here you are writing it as ID. So keep from flower braces, okay, and keep ID. Whatever here the value which you are writing, that value try to keep it Here in the quotations, separate with colon, just separate with colon, okay, separate with colon, and here try to give it as attributes, dot. Here attributes means the properties of query. Attributes dot query parents dot query param. So like query, we are passing it from the URL. So what is the query value over here? The query value is flight ID. Okay, the query value is flight ID. Try to give this value over here. So what you are trying to do is whatever the ID you are passing in the URL, that you are tracking it in the ID, and this ID is mapped over here through column. So long story short, here I have given simply ID. That value I have defined at the bottom. So at the bottom, what I'm trying to say is like, hey, this ID is nothing but the one which is coming from the query param, and its name is flight ID. Just so indirectly just I'm giving the information like, hey, so don't confuse with this ID whatever I have given. So that ID is nothing but the one which you are getting from the postman URL. The value which is present after question mark is nothing but a query param. Okay, that name just I have taken. So that name is what name I have taken over here. What name I have taken? Flight ID. So just that flight ID I am giving it over here. Now we will see whether I can get the values dynamically or not. Let me save the project. Let it update. Application has started. I could see the application has been started up. Okay, so now let me give the URL as question mark flight ID is equals to 9. So only 9th ID I have to get. If I am giving, see the ID flight ID ninth flight ID information it is displaying. The plane type is this one, the code is this one, takeoff diet is this one, the seats available are 0, price is this much. So the information related only to 9 I got. In the same way dynamically. So if I'm sending like 5, I have to get the fifth ID details. So this I think you might have seen it in your Paytms or PhonePays while you are like tracking your train, right? Normally, if you want like okay, you have booked your ticket, you want to check whether your train has been started, in how many minutes it will be reaching to our station. That so many apps are there to check. So in that way, what you will give, you will try to give the train ID, train number only, right? The train number you will give, and related to that information it will be displaying on the app. Here also the same case. Any particular thing you are searching, if at all they are using Mule as a middleware, then definitely the API will looks like this only. So through query param or URI param, we can get the record of specific item. Okay, so if I want to check the details of the first one, first record, first ID. So dynamically, whatever the value you are giving, those details we will get. So now, what is URI param, right? What is URI param? URI param also the same case. Any specific record, if you want to retrieve, you can retrieve it. The only thing is like you will not be having the question mark. Instead of question mark, you will be having the slash. Get id, get id, okay, get id or whatever. So you will not define it as a key value pair, but you will be giving it as /9. That is the difference. But what is the difference between query param and URI param? That we will discuss later, but syntactically this is how we will be doing it. So if you want to get the records by using URI param, then we will build one more API. I can remove this, but the problem is like you will be confusing if I am modifying on the top of it. So QP is nothing but query param. So let me create one more flow. I no need to create flow also. So you may get doubt. So as a software engineer, so definitely we will be having one doubt. Why can't we copy paste it? Why I need to build again and again? Is there any option in the mule to copy the flow? That is like so many people will be asking. Why? Because all drag and drop each and every activity. Here it is three activities. It doesn't matter for me for dragging and dropping. But think in a big projects, real-time projects. If at all you have written a code which is very big, which is containing 100 elements or 100 activities or 100 connectors, those 100 connectors, like I want to just a minor change, I want to create one more API with minor changes. Everything remains same, only like few things will get changed. So why can't we copy paste it and why can't we change only that area? So definitely that every IT, we are after all IT people, right? So definitely copy paste is our favorite thing, right? So in Mule, how we can do that? That is like $1 billion question. So what you can do is select this. If you want to copy anything, like right click, if you are right clicking, you could see, you will not be seeing copy action, right? Normally if I, like in others, what happens if I just select it, if I just right click it, definitely immediately you will be seeing an option like copy or paste, but here I'm not seeing it. Okay, technically how you need to do in MuleSoft is either you select it and just press Ctrl C. That is option 1. Option 2 is select this API, go to your file, okay, go to your file and edit, sorry, not file, edit, try to copy it, copy. There we have
Excuse
now,
me, ma'am.
go to edit, yes please.
So I'm a newly joined to this batch 16. So
Okay.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
introducing myself here. Hmm.
Hey, hi Sachin,
So
Sai.
I have one
Yeah,
thing
I
about
have
the
not.
introduction of this MuleSoft tool to ma'am, the utilization of the MuleSoft. So I'm able to grasp from the current class onwards, ma'am.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So now only you have joined. Okay, no problem. Okay,
Yeah.
we will speak.
Okay.
Okay, no issues. But did you have any basic knowledge on MuleSoft, Sachin? Sai, you have
So
basic idea at
okay.
least? Not,
So
not you're from scratch.
So I have come to know about the utilization of the MuleSoft as like
Mm-hmm.
if you consider Java or else Python like that. So for what sake we'll utilize those fields? Those are utilized for the sake of programming. So coming to this MuleSoft, it is a tool which is utilized for the sake of transferring the programming language from one field to other field. For example, in this case, we'll use the MuleSoft tool. So in this manner, I have come to know about the basic utilization of the MuleSoft.
Yeah, small
So
correction. Small correction.
yeah,
MuleSoft is nothing but it is used for
okay, ma'am.
connecting different systems. Okay,
Oh, okay,
different
okay, okay,
systems. Okay. Anyhow, just listen for the session now.
okay,
I'll
ma'am.
just teach. A few videos are there, so you can go through it. My videos just before I have explained, like 2 to 3 videos will be there. Go through it. Definitely, we'll discuss
Okay,
on that. Okay.
yeah, okay,
Okay. As others are also
okay,
there,
ma'am.
so
Yeah,
I don't.
definitely.
As of now, I don't want to disturb them, but definitely we can. I will clear your
Let's
doubt.
continue
Okay.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, let's carry on.
Okay. Fine. Fine, Sai. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now, how I can copy this API? So just to select this API. Okay. Select this API. Go to edit. Copy it, and come down. Deselect this. Okay. Deselect this, and again go to edit. You try to paste it. So immediately below that, you can see a flow has been copied. Are you guys observing? But one thing, have you observed? Here QP is there, here QP1 is there. Have you observed that?
Yes, Nitya.
Yes. So you have, it is your responsibility. Like we need to change flow names. Same flow names will erase ambiguity. Okay. So what I'll try to do, I'll try to keep it like UP, URI pair. Okay. UP is URI pair. So yes, other names can be same. It will not conflict, but normally mm, think about other programming languages. So if you are defining any variables or if you are defining anything inside any loop, if you are using the same names outside of that loop, definitely it will not conflict. The same name, definite. Why? Because the difference is like scope. So if you are defining the variables within your for loop, it is confined to that for loop only. It will be used inside that for loop only. So if you define, yeah, you define like a is equal to something, b is equal to something. The same a is equal to something you can define outside of that loop. Even that will not raise ambiguity. Why? Because the variables that are declared inside the for loop will the scope is only within that loop only. Here also the same case. Till your flow names are different, there is no disturbance with other names. See, get records based on ID, it remains same. It is not showing any error. Transfer message remains same. See, in the three flows, transform message. Everything is same name, but the same name is not conflicting. Why? Because my flow names are different. So the activities which I have kept inside this flow is bounded to this flow only. So it will not disturb other other activities that are defined inside other flows. The only thing you have to take care is like flow names should be unique. That you have to take care. Okay. So now coming to here. So listener, even separator also we have to separate. Why? Because two flows having the same separator will confuse us. Okay. Get UID in the UPID in the sense URI param ID. I will just keep like that. And here, as per my URI param, here I need to send the dynamic value, right? For doing that, just slash mark and use square brackets and try to use flight ID or anything, RID, whatever. Flight ID. In periparent, like key value pairs we have used, but here we need to use like after slash we have to define. Okay, so here only while calling so slash this dynamic value in the flower braces we will be defining it. Okay, and come to this connector, and in the connector instead of query parent, what you can do is you can write it as URI parent. That is the only difference. Okay. So instead of this, try to write dot URI param dot flight ID. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is like, hey, whatever the value that are placing in your URI, that means in URL, whatever the value you are placing, try to get that value and try to map it to this placeholder. The meaning is that where this flight ID I have defined in my separator. See, here is my separator. Okay, here is the flight ID. Okay, now let me save this and let me try to hit this API. So today, like it's like bit confusing you. Hey, what is this URI param? What is this query param? But don't worry, try to practice. Okay, the same examples even we will be doing it in our own database. Okay, so tomorrow we will be doing in our, see, this is like on mule database only we are trying to get all this stuff. But in our, if we are using local database, how database configuration also we should know it. Like we have to insert, we have to update, we have to delete. Like that we can do it only in our own databases. Hello, it is started off now. Separator I have to check. Okay, get UPID. Let me copy this. Okay, now I am trying to call 6th ID. So if you are using this, see, you will get 6th ID flight detail. If you are keeping like slash and if you are clicking on 8th ID details, it will get displayed. Okay, is that fine? So today we have discussed lot many things. We have discussed the static value, we have discussed the query param, we have discussed the URI param, but definitely you have to do all these 3 APIs today only. So if I go on like telling, uh, for me the syllabus will get complete, but you will be back. What I suggest is like only 2 members have completed, like remaining Raman, these people have not completed. So only like few 2 to 3 classes I will be a bit flexible. Later on a bit I will be like will be fastering up. Try to practice. That is what my suggestion is. So if I go on like topics will increase, but you will be back. Okay, is that fine?
Madam, could
Yeah.
Yes.
you want to open the URI parent query?
You are right. I did not got your point.
URI parent query could you open once in
Okay.
flow?
Mm-hmm. Only in listener you will be keeping your separated. That thing you have to remember. In flower braces, you are keeping this flight ID, and this flight ID you are defining inside your input parameters of your SQL query. And we should make sure like which property we are using, whether params, URI params, query params, or URI params. That we should be clear. I hope you are clear on this. Okay. Yeah. Anybody is having any doubt? in today's session?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow I'll
Uh,
check everybody's
Nitya,
screen.
Nitya,
Yeah. Yes, Ashrita. Go ahead.
yeah, actually, I have a doubt. So you tried with ID, right? Can
Hmm.
I try with the string anything like flight type? You have something more, right? Apart from
Yes.
ID.
Yes. Yes. That is your POC. You have to do
Yeah.
it. That is what I'm trying to tell
And
you.
yeah, and one more thing. Yesterday I tried with Java. You have tried with output JS and something, right? I
Java will
tried
not
with
work. Like it is
yeah.
something, Java format is something different. So don't try. Why?
Yes.
Because no systems will ask Java. That is for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, I tried with the same. Again, I got it.
Okay. 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 Fine. So now your work is your work is on the way. Okay. You have to try these three flows. That is one task. And homework is basing on destination. Okay. Basing on destination, you have to create these three flows now. That is your homework. So what is destination here? From airport. Okay, let me check to airport. Okay, to airport is the destination. To airport is a string. So what I'm trying to say you is now I have done basing on ID. Based on ID, I tried retrieving it. But I want you to do the homework based on based on to airport. It is a string. Try to check. Tell me like if you are facing any issues. Total 6 APIs you have to do for tomorrow. Got it?
Okay, Nitya.
Okay. So in this POC, you try to get all the records. Like what I'm trying to say is like try to use select query just like we have used like for American Flight, right? So select start from already we have used. So here I don't think you can use it, but especially using query param and URI param, you have to do. Okay. Don't think like I will not be checking. Tomorrow I'll check it.
So Nitya, can we just
Somebody has
count
to
the
check
ones
it.
how you said like 6 APIs, right?
Six in the sense some people has not done that select query, na,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
One, two, three, right?
Yes.
So this is like practice. And for homework, two APIs. Sorry, it is five. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure,
QP
Nitya.
based on destination, UP based on destination. That is total like five. Homework is two, total is five. Even practice also we need to include, right? Okay. And try to do in the same project. Okay, try to do so. Number of flows will increase. One, two, three. Two more flows will get increase. Okay, you guys are clear?
Yeah, sure, Nitya.
Yes, Nitya.
Oh, yes. Today's I will ensure today's they will upload it. Okay, like few new members are also there. Let us give some time for 2 to 3 days. Even for them, even you will also become like free, free hands. Okay, and later on, like it will be a bit fast one. You don't think it is the session will be like slow. Okay. If you are comfort with your basics, then I will go ahead. That is what I'm trying to check. Okay. Okay. Are you guys are able to hear?
Yes,
Yeah,
Nitya.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. Chalo. Thank you. Tomorrow, same time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
Nitya.
Sure,
Cheers.
Nitya.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Nitya, bye.
Yeah. Bye.